Hi, JJ here from 22 Explosive Hits. I know it has been a while since I posted some videos, so here goes. First one is a contest entry. Looking at the rules and where he's located, I may or may not be making the deadline, but I had already gathered all this stuff, so I figured if I don't make it, at least I'm making a good video and showing him that I support his channel. And this one's for Richard McCook. He's been 3 years in the VC and he put up a contest, and I thought I would make an entry in that contest. And so the first thing he wants us to show is pick three artists from your collection and show their best and worst albums. So, in my opinion, I don't want to say the word worst, but it's not my favorite. The first one I have in my favorite is U2, and it's Joshua Tree. It's a really good record, start to finish. And probably in U2's worst collection, I'd have to go with October. It has some good tracks on it. It just doesn't grab me the way some of their other stuff does. For instance, on this one, I like October is probably it, but it's just a scattering of hits. It isn't like a constant album that I play beginning to end, and I'm just dazzled and amazed. Next one I went with was probably one of my favorite artists is Billy Joel. Obviously, if you're a Billy Joel fan, the worst one you have is Cold Spring Harbor. People know this was actually even recorded at the wrong speed, and he had to go kind of door to door to kind of sell this record. So I went with Cold Spring Harbor for being the worst. His best record, in my opinion, is 52nd Street. Great record from start to finish. I know it has a lot of hits on it that were overplayed, but if you play side B, it's got a really good jazz riffs to it, really good beats, and it really grabbed me. So for the third artist that I picked, I didn't pick an artist, I picked the label, because if you know my channel is based around K-Tel records, so I picked the worst and the best K-Tel records that I have in my collection. On the worst one I have, and you guys will be surprised, is actually the namesake of my channel. It's 22 Explosive Hits. It's got some decent stuff on here, but like what the real letdown is on this one is because they wanted to try to get as many cuts on this one as they could. There's actually Eric Clapton's Layla is on this record, and it is the shortest and worst version of Layla that I've ever seen. Also, those of you who want to see nostalgia, there is the record Selector, which was a product that K-Tel was selling at the time as well. This one was put out in 1972, and I have both the Canadian and the US pressings of this record. And the best one, in my opinion, is always After Hours. This was the first K-Tel I ever bought with my own money. It has on here Don't Talk to Strangers by, it also has on here Journey Open Arms. Really great mix. I like it. The only one that I have to skip past is Never Been to Me by Charlene. That's on this record as well. Next is his show three albums that you have on CD but you would love on vinyl. First one I picked is the Doors soundtrack. If you go through the list of he has on here some of his poetry that he did, as well as Riders on the Storm, Roadhouse Blues. It has Heroin by the Velvet Underground. LA Woman is on here as well. It's a really good mix of the different Doors stuff, and I think if they want to do like a record store day release, this would be a really good one to do. Next one I thought would be a fun record store release date based on people like singles and nostalgia would be the soundtrack by The Wonders to That Thing You Do. It's a really kind of a fun soundtrack with this fictitious band called The Wonders is on here for a lot of hits, as well as a lot of hits that were out in the 60s at the time they were, or kind of like an imitation of that time. There's no like original songs on here, but it's still a fun record if those of you have seen the movie. Next one for I would love to have on vinyl would be Johnny Lang's Wander This World. Great blues tracks on here. I would love to have a nostalgic vinyl release by him as well. And the next one is show three artists where the best of is all I need. And for that one, I would actually pick the Cars. I'm happy with this greatest hits that actually Rick Ocasek himself put out on Rhino label. The next one that all I need is for greatest hits is Madonna's Immaculate Collection. Pretty good smattering of hits from the 90s that I grew up, 80s and 90s that I grew up on. That's all I need. And the last one, I might get flack for this one, but for the Monkees, I had the Monkees' Greatest Hits along with their newer track, That Was Then, This Is Now, is on this one. That's all I need. So that's all I have to say. So, Richard, I just want to congratulate you for 3 years in the VC. That's a big accomplishment. And hope you like my entry, whether it's valid or not. I don't care. I just want to get it out there. Have a great day. And we'll remind the Vine and Vinyl community, let's bring each other up rather than bring each other down. Have a great day.